It's the new year. Happy New Year. And with that, we should have a recap on what is human rights law in Ontario and Canada, because of course we all learn about the Charter of Human Rights, hopefully in school. You may have forgotten. That's okay. So there is the Charter, which is much more focused on government action and government laws and making sure that they don't discriminate against somebody on the basis of their identity. But what I'm talking about today is actually much more localized and individual. So in Ontario and in Canada and almost all provinces who have all their own distinct legislation on human rights, but I'm going to talk about Ontario specifically, there is something called the Human Rights Code in Ontario, and that protects individuals from being mistreated, so treated badly and to their detriment, so having a negative effect on them, because of their identity. So because specifically somebody is a woman, or somebody is Black, or somebody has a specific religion or sexual orientation or gender identity, or they dress different than what their sex at birth might have been, and then they're treated badly because of it. That is what discrimination is, and it's a human rights violation. So in Ontario, that doesn't cover everything. It doesn't mean that if you're walking in a parking lot, typically, or a street, and somebody treats you badly because of your identity, that you would be protected by the code. Probably not. But what it does protect is any employment relationship, including applying for jobs, being fired, and the entire course of your employment. It also covers things like services. So that means any public exchange that you might have. You go into a cafe and order a coffee, you go to a restaurant, you're on a bus, you're at a hospital, you're going to the doctors or seeing a nurse. All of that is also covered, as is education. So anytime you are in school, from a child all the way through to university, those are also protections afforded to you. So when those things go wrong, when there is a violation, that's when you can file an application with the Human Rights Tribunal of Ontario. There's also a similar construct for the federal employees. So if you work for an airline or a telecommunications company, then you would go to the Canadian Human Rights Commission. But either way, you can file something that claims the issues that you've experienced. And you should always be really fact-based. Make sure that you include details like dates, times, individuals' full names, and exactly what was said, rather than broad and general statements, because that is the only way that you'll ever succeed, and the only way that the other side can properly consider what you're saying and respond to it appropriately. So I hope that helps. Remember, as well, as I've said in a lot of other videos, you have 1 year only from the last incident to file a claim. So do not wait. It is not that long, and it is not flexible. All the best. I hope it doesn't happen to you, but spread the word.